Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is LolaAjisafe here. We're straight hitting episode 4, Ready to Love. This episode is called Black and Beautiful Hoedown. I guess it's a little challenging to come up with these corny titles for these episodes, but it is what it is. Housekeeping rules, please don't forget to like the video when you come in. You hit play, hit the like button. Thank you very much. More importantly, do drop a line and tell me what you think. Your comments, how you feel about it. So far it's like a start, but we'll keep going. And last but not least, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Let's get this show going. So, you know, last episode, Tranquil, I call it Tranquil a couple episodes ago. Tequila is home where she belongs. She's a little too sensitive for this forum. Not everybody's for this format, understandably so. So now we start off. This ladies are voting off a guy this week, so it's a ladies lounge. You know, ladies get to meet the new member, who is Katerina. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Katerina. And here we go. So we start off. One of the first dates is Sierra, who's a stylist, meeting up with the church guy Maurier, and they had a cute little banter. And I'm not sure if they're still. It seemed more than them being polite, like they were familiar with each other. So I really liked the banter. And Sierra's nice, cute red lip. Like I don't typically do a red lip, usually a nude, but that red lip was inviting. Like every now and again, it's nice to do like a bright lip. That was a cute lip, but this neither here nor there. But nice, fun date. Next date, just of mention. I'm only bringing it up because I want to make a point. Because this is episode 4. I think when episode 1, I haven't really been feeling red, and I don't want to be judging him just based on appearance and just because it's not easy on the eyes, because that's not kind. But that's the world. But once again, I think it appears to me that Red seems to be enamored with himself more so than everybody else around him, which is why he's on the show, even though he considers himself the king of Dallas or something. Like he calls himself the king of the city. Yeah, I think that's what he said. It was the king of the city. I don't know. He think he's KOC. I'm not even going to mess around and use the word goat, but he say he's the KOC. But with all the one-on-ones I see him, I'm just like. And here he is sitting down with Lee, the young lady who's into fitness and wellness or anything, and she gives like she knew, I don't know, but she says, well, let's pretend this, you know, they're at dinner. She's like, let's pretend this is not work. Let me know more about you. And then it's just like, and then just and on. Yo, at that point look like she'd rather watch paint dry. So episode 4, Red is not redeeming himself yet. So we're going to go straight into the topic of this episode, which was the hoedown. And hoedown, just wear your little cowboy outfit and be somewhere in stables. They weren't riding horses, they were just in the stables or on some kind of ranch or a farm, dressed up like, you know, city cowboys. So anyway, of note here is, you know, Quentin and Janelle. They have like a cute little meeting, you know, that you can see. So Janelle has already said that her top connections are Quentin and Herbert, the tall guy. And she has a nice little chemistry, smart enough. She's starting off early, like, I don't know who's top. Like one, that's it. Just keep it that way. We don't need to know who's top. We just need to know who the top ones are. And those are your top ones. Bam. Just let everybody mind their business. Okay? And just keep, you know, playing it until you know who everybody is. Anyway, cute little connection there. When I see Quentin, I think I'm paying more attention to Quentin because the last episode he had shown a nice amount of emotional maturity when he was dealing with Tequila, so that gives him points. So let's see how this goes. Yes, he's a young gentleman, but if he's got this level of emotional maturity at this age, it only gets better from here. So I'm happy for them. Let's see how this goes. And then at this point, you know, Red now, like, you know, pandering because, you know, the women are voting. Meanwhile, last week, I'm gonna say Red ass, your ass had put Unique on the chopping block, but now you double back and turn around. You have no shame. He has no shame. Double back and turn around and want to redeem himself by now approaching Unique. But last week you're trying to have her eliminated. It's because of you. Part of what you said is why she ended up in the bottom 2. But now you're coming to pander because you don't want to go home. I thought you were the king of the city, pandering just to stay on your show. I thought you had it like that. Anyway, so this guy, even though he had tried to eliminate her, is now coming to talk with her. But, you know, his attempt at a resolution, calculated, but ridiculous ridiculous calculation. He didn't even do his math correctly. So he's making a calculation that, okay, you know, the ladies are voting, let me try and make nice. So, oh, now you want to make nice. So now he's trying to make nice with Unique. Unique, I guess, I don't know if she saw him coming or he just flubbered through the whole thing. It was really poorly executed because he didn't like how a gentleman would approach it. She may not have liked him, but she would have been gracious and accepted over whatever he was trying to sell. But he was messing around, talking about what this and everybody. I don't know how it got to a point where how everybody knows him. I'm not sure where he got to, how it got there, but it got there quick. And she's just looking at him like, I think, oh, this is how it got there. She had told him that, yeah, she said two things. That she still had the same feeling she had about him before, in that whatever her feelings were, but they definitely weren't positive. And then two, she's like, it's funny that you're a comedian, you can't get a joke, whether that was a joke or not. But he just got triggered again. Like, what triggers him? The truth is, I want to say, celebrities may look, or people who are quite popular or well known may look confident, but sometimes their inner insecurity is the very thing that drives them to constantly push and go further. So he may be successful in his field, I don't know, but herein we see this inner insecurity. So this is probably not the best thing for him. He's not coming out looking nice at all. Like, he's not helping his reputation. He looks like a thin-skinned boy yearning for his mom's attention. Because if Unique or any other lady is not feeling you, all right, you got it like that, right? You're the king of the city. Everybody knows you. You know all these celebrities. But you feel a need to justify your existence and your value to Unique. Unique was not even looking, she wasn't checking for you. You came to her because you're trying to save your spot on a show. You're the king of the city. Why are you trying to save your spot on a mere show? I thought you had it like that. But anyway, so yeah, that just tells us more about him than about her at this point. Now, I'm not saying Unique's hands are clean. I don't know. We're just getting to know her. We know she has this thing about boundaries, and sometimes she'll swing into extreme and be shouting from the cliff like, watch out. But at this point, Unique is just being very cool and she's just wondering what's going on. I mean, Unique could have been a little patient with him, but you know, sometimes you do not suffer fools lightly. And I guess she's, like I said, she's hyper vigilant, so she don't have the patience for nonsense, and that's what it appears to be. Another scene of note here, there was I guess Marvin, who's the erotic author, was sitting down and he had expressed to Kira, who's the realtor, white boots. Chick had white boots on this episode. I'm just like, sis, like, I know the producer are not meant to intervene, but those white boots, they're not it. But anyway, white boots, Kira is listening to Marvin, who in the past had mentioned that, you know, he has this dream of, you know, living in the Caribbean. That's where his heart is. I get that desire for the tropics. And she already, in her mind, she's writing him off because he had desire for the tropics. And I think that is short-sighted, and I don't know if I want to add it shallow, because immediately you're, you know, striking him off the list. What you will take and what you won't take. You will know what they are. But just because he has a desire to live in the Caribbean, you're not going to get to know him. You're just going to wish him well. And I think this is an example of how sometimes you might need to hear somebody out before you judge, and, you know, play judge, jury, and executioner. I'm not saying she should go for him, but you're there, listen to what he has to say. But she was already closed. I think before he started talking, she was closed. I don't remember who she might have her eye on. I don't know if they have the eye on her, but like, yeah, I think she jumped the gun. I mean, I'm not saying that Marvin is sincere anyway, but she seemed completely disinterested. It just seems that with each season, the contestants are just showing up. They're putting less and less effort into actually getting to know the people they're sharing the space with. Maybe there's something that we don't know that's going on behind the scenes where everybody's already disillusioned before it begins, because this is merely episode 4. And you're meant to be keenly interested in getting to know all these characters or contestants. But you said on the side, like, I wish you well. And it's not like he's unattractive or he's jobless or he's homeless. Yeah, he might have some interesting ideas that you're not familiar with, but this is how, once we get to understand people and know people, we don't have to be with them to learn something from them. But she's not even willing to, oh, what'd you do? You know, just learn a little bit more about another human being. And you can take that with her somewhere else. She like struck him off. I wish you the best of luck with the next woman. That's literally what she kind of said in her confessional. And even seeing the video, she looked completely, she was checked out. And just seems like this, I don't know if anybody's checked in at this point. I think I noticed Jessica is walking around with Chris, who had said earlier on that he needed to leave early because he had something for work. Yeah, these people have real lives. Like that little $50 you're giving them per episode ain't paying the bills. So, you know, of course, a nephew Tommy is like, yeah, sure, say hi to everyone, go around and then leave. Jessica, like, she my type of gangster. Like, she walk around with him to reintroduce him to all the ladies. So when it's time to vote someone off, his name won't come up because they'll all be familiar with him. But at the same time, she's standing by his side like, I want you to give just a church hug. I'm like, okay, Jessica, like, I see you, girl, I see you. But yeah, that's a smart move right there. That's who you want on your team. And then, you know, let's talk about this. So there's a part where Janelle says, you know, that, you know, she doesn't kiss everyone. That she's only going to kiss that one, whoever that one is. But my question is if you don't kiss someone, I'm not saying kiss everyone. You're on a dating show, you don't have to kiss, you know, 10 out of 12 contestants. But if you're just going to save the kiss for that one, now church folks, please don't come for me. If you're going to save your kiss for that one, then how do you really know it's that one? I'm just saying, yes, kissing is quite intimate, but at the same time, like, Now I don't know if she's saying that for the benefit of the camera or that's what she really believes. But I was curious. She's been engaged two? She's been engaged before. I guess she kissed them because she engaged them. So so my question now is, she wasn't engaged to you, that means she didn't kiss you. And if you're, and I don't really want to use the term date, if you're courting with someone, because this date has become quite a loose term, but if you're going out with someone, getting to know them for the purpose of a serious committed relationship, do you kiss them? And if you do kiss them, when do you kiss them? Do you kiss them, you know, days in? Or do you kiss them the first day if there's a connection? I mean, there's so many rules nowadays and everybody's, you know, an internet therapist or specialist. But I think honestly, if you meet someone and there's a nice rapport, I don't think you're a hoe for kissing them. I think there are rules are there for a reason. But then after a while, all these rules make things more manipulative and manufactured. And even on top of all that, things don't tend to work. So I think the truth is, if you're really honest with yourself and that situation, only you know. At the end of the day, because I'm not there with you, another internet gangster's not there with you to tell you that, okay, this is what to do. But I think you have to be really honest with who you are, what you believe, and what you're feeling. And also be very clear on what you're perceiving from the other person. Don't superimpose what you think they're feeling on them. So there's definitely that space for honest communication. I think that's something y'all need to discuss in the beginning. But yeah, when she was saying that, I'm like, she's still talking. I felt like that statement was more for the benefit of you people watching, for the cameras. I don't think she believed that. But that's my 2 cents. Like, yeah. Don't we say you have to kiss a couple of frogs to get to the prince? So how you gonna get to the prince if you don't kiss some of the frogs? I'm not saying go and mouth everybody now. I'm just saying that I feel it's episode 4, but we're still talking and meeting everybody's representative. I don't know who is being real. Who is really being real on this right now? I'm not there. I'm not seeing it. Everybody is still meeting there. But people do say that once the cameras get rolling, after a while, you forget the cameras are there. But then of course you're dating too, so in front of somebody you're interested in, you're showing your representative. But let's see. But that's how I see it. I was just wondering when I heard that, I was like, alright sis, but you're on a dating show. But she's still my girl and everything, but let's keep this running. So it's getting to evening time, and then I noticed that Marvin is trying to make his bidding like a politician with each of the ladies, trying to have a conversation. But it seems almost, I don't want to use the term forced, but he seems heavy-handed. Now, it may not carry from lady to lady, but those of us watching, he seemed to be, spitting out the same tired lines to everyone in order to save himself from the show now. And that's the issue, them having this option where somebody gets voted off each week, because they can't be genuine, because they desire to stay on the show. So it's hard to be genuine. And at this point, I don't think Marvin's been genuine. He's only trying to save his spot on the show. That's what it looks like. It just seemed a little like he's coming on too strong. And because of that, his ass landed in the bottom two. It was him and Red. If Marvin had played his cards right. So now we don't know. We get to this point. Jessica, surprisingly, is pretty good at this elimination talk. She sounds like as good as Uncle Nephew Tommy, if not better. I don't remember what Jessica does for a living. Let's have a look here. She owns a coffee line. So maybe she does a lot of presentations, so public speaking is her thing, or maybe she did, you know, communications in college, but she had the line down packed, like she had a wire in her ear, like she's done blah 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 blah, well, blah blah, step forward, Red step forward, and who else was that? And Marvin step forward, and da. Like she was a little too smooth with it. Like we need to know more about. But anyway, they leave us on a cliffhanger. What happened? We don't know who's going home. I'm hoping and keeping my fingers crossed that it's Red. I'm okay, like this part I'm okay, Red, but I really want to know more about Marvin. Like, you know, he's got all this, but he might be a little too much for the ladies. And when I say a little too much for the ladies, I don't think in real life he'll be too much for them, but with the representative they're giving us on TV, and because their parents are watching and their pastor is watching, they need to appear to be not interested in what Marvin has to offer. You know how we like to pretend and be pious. So yeah, unfortunately, this may work against him, his occupation. But I hope he lasts through this next elimination, because at this point, I'm not sure what Red has to offer. If Red has to last the game, because this has happened in seasons before, the person that should have been eliminated, you know, when Jesus was a boy, is still here at crucifixion. That's not what we want this season. I want clean-cut lines. I honestly don't know anyone who's like, yeah, Red's the one. Oh yeah, it's Red for me. No. I haven't heard any lady say that. I mean, I haven't heard that about Marvin either, but Marvin has more prospects. He's a little more interesting. I want to know more about Marvin. But anyway, here we are at the end of the episode. Who's going home? I'm not putting my money on anyone, because I'm saving my money for other things. I've got to pay for tuition. But I want Red to go home, because he has not impressed me. Episode 4, his ego, he leads with his ego. I'm not here to therapize him, but he might need to go sit down on somebody's couch, because he might be successful in terms of his career, but he doesn't appear to be fun to be around. He doesn't appear to be appealing to the ladies, so why is he here? But as we reach the end, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, drop a line, tell me what you think, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And we'll see you episode 5. Lola, over and out.